Yes, sir. Ayo, we back with another video, man. Another reaction, man. Tuning in to something a little different today. And it's going to be a little something, so a little trigger warning, man. I've seen a little snippet of the video, and this will make me pull up the full one. There will be, shooting and different things involved. It is a doorbell camera footage that is caught by a family in which the dad saves the daughter. So we're going to watch this video today to find out the whole scenario, but the whole bottom gist of it is a dad saved his daughter. That's the video. So apparently some crazy ex tried to run up in the house and the dad said it was a no-go and things end up escalating. Let's just say that. Let's just say it to that part right there. Things end up escalating and it didn't turn out too well. So they had to go through a whole shebang and everything else to, like, we gonna tune into the video, man, and react to it, and I'm gonna give my insight on it as we go through the video. But before we get into it, if you reach the end of this video, man, be sure to hit with a like. Be sure to comment on it on what you think about the craziness that is occurring in the video yourself. And also subscribe to the channel, man. We're gonna be doing more content like this, reacting to different videos that I find throughout. I'm gonna start putting some things together myself. I react to different music content, BTS, Stray Kids. It's a lot of content that I'm doing. I'm trying to be a little jack of all trades. So this is one thing that I love to watch. With one of my favorite YouTubers being Mr. Ballin. So I love like the mysterious, documentaries and just things on occurrences that happen in our world. So if you can do me a favor and do that, if you can reach the end of the video, man, I'll be greatly appreciative, man, and that'll help me out. But before we get into it, man, let's get all the way. And you already know, activate. Let's make sure we. Okay, I was making sure I might hook up. I say, oh no. All right, we good. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to the villains for the video, most definitely. Also, the villains is the original people from the video, so shout out to them for bringing us this video. Let's get into it.
911, what's your emergency?
There's some guy on my front porch, and he won't leave, and he's got his hands behind his back, and he'll answer me on the ring.
Okay.
He left me a voice.
To start off, it's an immediate little problem. When you say that some guy is on your porch, and you look out your doorbell camera and see some guy with a jacket on, in the summertime, obviously it must be pretty hot outside, and no shirt, there is something going on.
He's trying to lock. I'm sorry. He's trying the door. Dad. No, don't answer the dad.
You're off my porch.
Dad, no. Oh my God! Can you please? Wait, we have guns.
43. Do you know who it is?
Yes. Yeah, he's an ex-boyfriend of mine. Dad, you're the best dad ever. You just saved my life.
I know I got Kwame.
This was the frantic 911 call that was made by a young Ohio woman, Allison Ducro, as her ex-boyfriend, James Rail, began to break into her house. Moments later, he was shot in the back with a gun held by Allison's father, Mitch Ducro. But why did a relationship, which started like any typical teenage romance, end in a scene taken straight out of a horror movie?
For one, in that photo, his hat said Astro World. So if he went to any of that crazy devilment that ended up happening there, then that might be part of the reason. If he, no offense to Travis Scott, but you had a lot of shit to go on there, Brody. Sorry.
Hold tight, because this case is twisted and morbid like no other.
Like, did y'all see that?
During their time together in high school, 22-year-old Allison Ducro was involved in an on and off relationship with similar-age James Rail. However, in 2019, the relationship came to a halt after Allison noticed a change in James. For the next few years...
So let me say off gate, if you're a person that is an empath as myself, and you're a big person that reads energy, I don't even want to look in this man's eyes. You can look in this man's eyes and see that there is something really wrong with him that's not fully okay. And that's just coming off my read, but something is clearly wrong with him beforehand. So please pay attention to the people that you involve yourselves with so you do not be involved in, situations like this.
For years, the two remained out of contact as Allison had blocked James on all social media, and James himself moved away to California. That was until 2022, a year after his return to Ohio, when James decided that he wanted to meet with Allison. The night before July 31st at around 11:30 p.m., James had called Allison, and due to her unresponsiveness, he left her a voicemail.
Hi, Ellie. It's James. I just wanted to reach out to you because I just wanted to see how you're doing and maybe hear from you if that would be all right, I guess. It's been a while.
Definitely sound like he is going through something.
I don't know. I feel like it. I don't know what I feel.
Allison purposefully refused to reply as she had an uneasy gut feeling concerning his return out of the blue. Additionally, she was aware of a major behavioral change in James from mutual friends in California and was starting to feel nervous about his sudden appearance, fearing it may be out of malicious intent. On the next day, July 31st, Allison and her mother had gone out and were just returning home when they noticed an unfamiliar car pull into their driveway.
So, for one, if you pull up in your house and you see a car that you don't know, I'm surprised that they was even able to, make it that far. Thank God that they were able to, but you don't pull in that driveway. You immediately back up and call the cops. Or, if a fatherly figure is there, then, or a manly figure, then that man should approach that car and see, hey, what's going on? Why are you in my family's yard? I have my daughters, I have my wife that lives here. Like, what do you need? But as a two-door, they really took a chance, man, and I'm glad they was able to make it that far to the front door. But let's also bring up the fact is, once you in your house and you already in that situation, you should be moving with a sense of urgency at that moment. Like, I'm trying to get in that house. Like, I'm dropping the keys 3 times, because I'm come on. But I'm glad they made it.
Driver gets out of the vehicle and approaches the front of the house, revealing himself to be James. Unfortunately for Allison, her gut feeling proved to be
he did
true,
have a shirt
and
on.
her worst nightmare was about to become a reality.
Also, he pulled up after they got there.
Stop it, Allie.
But
Boy,
still,
in the house.
the sense of urgency. They literally barely made it in.
He's like, hey, he's coming back. Nope, I'm calling. James, she doesn't want to talk to you.
Bro, no, he isn't. Bro, this man got some guts, bro. At that point, it is really something going on in his life, because if you know that you're breaking into a house and you got people in there, they're liable to defend themselves, you really just don't care at that moment. Look at this shit. And he lets him know he has a gun. So that's the one. He gave him the warning. And he kept going.
Hey, what? Okay, wait. He's fine. He don't have nothing.
What? It doesn't matter. Come on, he's fine. He doesn't have no gun. Bro, she just said that he tried to get into the house. Maybe I'm going to keep on moving it forward, or maybe he didn't hear them clearly, but this man just tried to break into their home. Oh, let's see. Hold up.
Gun! You don't have no gun? Don't do anything.
He's trying to break in and get to our daughter.
Okay, well, he's not moving. He don't have a gun.
Really, Nick?
It
He
doesn't
broke our door
matter.
in. Trying to get to our daughter. Our daughter's busted in. I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on. Did you shoot him?
Yes.
Okay. Call 911.
It's already no. We're on the phone with him right now.
Okay, he's not moving. He ain't going
I would
nowhere.
expect he not moving.
I don't know. I heard 5 shots. Like, what the?
No, 3 shots. He broke into our door coming in after our daughter. But my husband shot.
For one, it already seemed like it's some shady stuff. I don't know if they had problems with that neighbor before, or but he already seemed as if he's trying to like put some kind of blame on them. Like he's letting them know, they are letting them know like he tried to break into the house to get to our daughter, and we defended our property and ourselves and shot him, and he still just, oh, he doesn't have a gun. It doesn't matter. How do you, if you ain't went up and checked him, how do you not know that this man doesn't have a knife? How do you not know that this man has a gun tucked in? You ever even went that close to even check him? This is one of the worst males that I've ever seen, bro. This is not an alpha, bro. This could not be.
He come barreling in right behind
No
me,
way
my
I hear a
daughter
whole
in
bunch
the
of girls
car.
screaming.
Yeah, so we got in here and he wouldn't leave. We kept telling him to leave.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're. Oh my God. He's fucking so sorry. I'm so sorry. Obviously, this was a that between you. Was he dating her?
They dated a long time ago. It was a long time ago.
I think.
And he
Yeah.
left your voicemail, left a message last night. Oh my God.
Okay.
Thank God they had a doorbell camera that caught all this.
Yeah, he's got the gun. Huh? He's got the gun. He has the gun. The people inside here shot this guy here was trying to break into their house. The guy's dead. He died.
Okay, well, where's the guy with the gun?
The guy's dead right here.
I mean, where's the guy with the gun?
Inside the house, he's the homeowner. This guy tried to break in the house.
Okay.
And the guy was just basically protect himself.
We're right here.
Okay, you guys have your gun down?
Yeah, we're right here.
This guy just died.
Shortly after the deadly shooting, Allison Ducro, her father Mitch, and her mother Stacy were taken in for questioning.
Do you need to use the restroom or anything? Okay. If you'd like to have that water, you most certainly are welcome to it. Anytime we interview anybody, we just kind of go over your Miranda rights. It doesn't mean that we think you're in trouble. It's just so that you know that you have rights and what they are.
Now you can obviously tell she is like shaking.
Okay. And after each one, I'll ask if you understand it, but I don't think you're stupid. I do that with everybody, okay? Okay. All right, first one is you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that one? Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. Do you understand that one? Okay. You have the right to talk to an attorney and have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. Do you understand that one? Yes. If you cannot afford or hire an attorney, one will be appointed to be present with you before questioning if you wish. Do you understand that one? I just need you to say that. Oh, yeah. Okay. And you can decide at any time when I'm talking to you to exercise these rights and not answer any more of my questions or make any more statements. Do you understand that one? Yes. Okay. Is it A-L-L-I-S-O-N? Y-S-O-N. Like my whole day or just... Yep, go ahead. We'll start your whole day. Me and my mom met my mom's friend for breakfast. Okay. We were there from, I want to say like 9 to 10:45 probably. Okay. Where'd you have breakfast? Perkins. Here in Sydney? Yeah. And then we dropped her off. And where does she live? Oh goodness, she lives over by the fairgrounds. Okay. I don't know her actual address. That's okay. Just by the fairgrounds. Yeah, that's okay. You're probably talking to the person with the worst addresses in the county, so. That's how my mom is. By the Dollar General? Yeah. Okay.
And then I think we pulled into the driveway after that. I went like 10:59 or 11, like on the nose. I was like, oh, I'm here for 2 hours.
Okay, so when you left Speedway, you went up over the bridge,
Yeah,
by Lehman,
yeah,
and
we
then
just
turned down
went straight
Cisco?
home. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
And you got home, I'm sorry, what time?
like 10:59 or 11 exact, it was one of those.
And her stories is on point. Even when, if you don't know detectives, they'll throw you off and then they'll go back and ask the question to see if they can catch you in the line. Her story is already immaculate. There's no hesitation in her story, so they can tell that this is something that's muscle memory. It ain't nothing that she got to think about. She's giving her answers like this. So automatically, like I said, I'm assuming that there should be no speculation and there's no foul play in it automatically. I think this is just regular procedure.
Hold just the 1 minute.
I remember stupid stuff when I get
Same.
nervous.
Same.
The car like whips into the driveway like 2 seconds later.
Okay. Did you recognize the car at first?
No, not at first. We were both like, who's that? And we're like, I don't know. It's like, well, hurry up and get inside. Because that voicemail from last night had already scared me.
Okay, let's talk about the voicemail real quick.
Okay.
Who was the voicemail from?
James.
And did you call him James? Does he go by James?
Yeah, that's his.
Allison goes on to recollect the frightful morning of July 31st, which started seemingly calm. But her stating that she was on the edge ever since she received the voicemail from James can depict the fact that she was feeling anxious. And as soon as the unfamiliar car pulled into the driveway, her anxiousness only exacerbated.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2017. I was a year early, but he would have been 2018.
Okay. And did you date him, or how long did you guys date?
Okay, so it was like an on and off thing for a couple of years.
Okay.
I want to say in total maybe like a year and a half if we added it all up.
Like all through your high school years or after you graduated?
It started in high school and then it went out of high school.
Okay.
Just very briefly.
Okay. On and off, were they bad breakups or just
No,
kind of?
we stayed friends
Okay.
every single time. So I don't.
And when was the final breakup, approximately?
I want to say maybe 2019 or 2020. I'm not positive.
Okay. What caused that breakup?
He was just being a dick.
Okay.
Sorry,
No.
I'm sorry.
We're all adults here. You can say whatever you need to say.
He was just being rude all the time, and I was just like, I don't want to put up with it.
Sound like
Was
she
he ever
started going through
abusive
something.
physically or mentally?
Well, maybe mentally a little bit. He was just getting my head a bunch.
When he got mad, what kind of things? Was he aggressive at all?
He would just tell me everything that was wrong with me. He would say that nobody was going to love me anymore.
So that is almost as bad as physical abuse. If you're able to break someone down mentally, that is literally worse than physical, because you could literally heal from physical. You can go get a surgery to get bones replaced, but you know how hard it is to heal the mental. So for her to say that basically admits that he was preying onto her mind state and basically breaking her down to make her feel less. And you can see, look at her. You can tell she looks as if she's like been in a hellhole and just been released. Like, it may be a little bit of a situation, but as of her talking about it, you can hear it. Like, she was like really nervous or scared about the situation. I really feel bad for her.
Stuff like that, because he's a child, but...
Okay. Would he scream those things to you?
No, it was all over text and everything. He would never say it to my face, which...
Okay. So you broke up in 2019. Did you remain friends after that?
Not that last time, no. I said I didn't want to have anything to do with them anymore after that.
But are you Facebook acquaintances or anything like that where you could have kept on the eye on what you were doing?
I had blocked them on everything that I could have.
Okay. And then the voicemail or the call last night, when's the last time you had talked to him?
In Allison's reflection on her relationship with James, it appears that she viewed it as a casual relationship. However, James might have perceived it differently, possibly considering it a serious commitment. Regardless of how either one of them viewed the relationship, eventually it came to an end as a result of James's emotional torment towards Allison. We can assume that following the breakup, James only grew more upset, both over Allison's decision to end the relationship and with himself for causing her pain that ended their relationship on such bad terms that he could no longer be in contact with her.
After the end of the year before, because my cousin had been living with us for a little bit.
Okay.
And him and my cousin were friends, so he came to pick him up. And I told Clay, my cousin, I was like, hey, did you tell him that I'm not comfortable with him being over and everything? He was like, yeah, that's fine. And that was it. But I never, like, personally said anything to him.
Right. What's Clay's last name?
Ducrow also.
Okay. So are they still friends that you know of?
I don't know, because Colton, which is Clay's brother, had just pulled up messages to show one of the detectives you had. And I guess James was asking Clay about me.
Okay.
So I don't know if they were, like, still talking or if it was just a, hey.
Do you know what kind of questions he was asking him?
The only one that I saw, because I glanced, I was like, probably shouldn't be doing that, was, can you give me Allison's address?
And when were those texts sent?
Last night is what Colton said.
Okay. So James, do you know if it was before or after he left your voicemail?
I don't know. I didn't see
That's
the
okay.
times on it.
So he texted Colton.
No, James.
He texted
I'm sorry.
Clay.
Yeah, James texted Clay, and then Clay sent those to Colton because Clay lives in.
See how they trying
Okay.
to
Colton lives in town.
trick
so
her,
Colton would have been able
and
to do
she's
something.
automatically coming
Okay.
back with the story.
And he wanted to know your address specifically on the one that you saw.
Yeah, I mean there was a flurry of messages, and that was the only one I saw. But the one guy got a picture of him. I don't know his name.
That's okay. That's okay. There was a lot of people in your
Yeah.
house today. Okay. Did he give him your address?
I don't know.
Okay.
I hope not.
All right. But do you think he knew where you lived because he'd been there before with Clay?
It was just that one time, so I don't know if he remembered it,
Okay.
or I don't know.
Your car that you guys were in today, was that your mom's car?
That was my mom's Jeep.
Does he know your mom's car? Like if he...
When the detective questioned Allison about the last time she spoke with him, this was an attempt to construct a timeline and find an estimation of when exactly James might have started to formulate a motive in his mind to cause any form of distress or harm towards Allison. As she answered the question, it was evident that red flags had begun to emerge just a year ago, when Allison learned that James had remained in contact with her cousin, despite knowing that she did not want to keep any contact with him. But the biggest red flag of them all was when James had messaged her cousin asking for her address, the same night he had sent her the voicemail.
Or did anything to make her be like, you know?
And automatically, that's a big no-no. Somebody's not trying to talk to you, you ask for somebody's address, that's automatically suspicious, off gate. That's us.
Did James get along with his family?
With his mom and his stepdad, yeah, I'm not sure about his biological dad.
Okay,
Because
so his
I
mom
know
and
they
dad
were
are divorced?
separated, yeah.
Okay. Do they live in Sydney as well?
I think his mom or his stepdad do, I don't know about his
As the story progresses and Allison reveals more insight into who James was, it's safe to say that he wasn't anyone's guess to be capable of causing harm to anybody. Despite having an on and off relationship, James was still loved and known by Allison's parents, and he...
For one, you never know what a human is capable of, animal, any individual, because time, place, environment, situations can all change someone's mind state, and it can honestly make someone think a whole lot different than what they would think naturally, and can make someone go off the deep end. And what? It seems like I keep... What, some damn fly? Knew I wasn't tripping. But anyways, my bad. But yeah, so that can always change how someone thinks at any time. So you never know what anybody is capable of, because you will never understand any person, no matter who it is, 100%, no matter who.
He never portrayed any concerning signs of aggression. Additionally, he was well loved by his own family. The only thing off about this young man was that he was quiet, but that was it. However, following the breakup and the bad terms it ended on, despite not having an actual reason to dislike him, Allison's parents changed their attitude towards him, given that Allison didn't want to speak with him. This is reasonable, as a parent's instinct will always be to prioritize their own children.
There you go.
However, it was still shocking to most as to why he changed so much so suddenly.
Okay. Do you know what his drug of choice is?
He liked to do acid a lot.
Okay.
Back then. I don't know about recent. Because he moved out to California.
He was definitely going through some things.
So
Definitely.
started something while he was out there.
Gotcha. When did he come back? How long has he been back in town, do you know?
I want to say maybe a year.
Okay.
It's not too long, but not like recent.
The detective is seen here asking Allison if James had ever used drugs. This is an attempt to find a possible reason as to why James's personality changed so suddenly, and to verify if he was possibly under the influence of drugs when he decided to go through with a devious plan he is assumed to have made.
He was always very nice. I mean, he worked out all the time. I don't know if he did any boxing or anything. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, he was okay in high school, but then after he came back from California, he just was different.
What did I just say? Environment in place.
Or whatever, he just started treating like crap, and nobody wanted to deal with it.
Do you know if he had a current girlfriend?
Not sure.
All right. We brought your phone back.
Oh.
So they said you gave permission.
Yeah.
I do have a form.
It was evident that James's change in personality had become more and more evident to most people around him, and as a result of this change, he began to have issues with them as well.
Yep.
When the detective questioned Allison about his tendency to fight, this was to verify if he was an aggressive person who would initiate a fight for no reason.
He was more mentally
once again
abusive.
attempting to find a motive. But he wasn't the type of person to do so. This indicated that he was always a good person, but a sudden change, possibly due to Allison leaving him, caused him to spiral down and only worsened from there.
Do about work
Are you supposed to work today? Tomorrow? I mean, do you not want to go, or where do you work?
It's called Riverside, but people always know what I say when I say Vision Mark.
Okay.
It's over there by Cargill.
Okay. Did you talk to the counselor a little bit out there at your house?
Yeah.
Okay. I believe she's going to be here, so if you want to talk to her some more. I mean, that's going to be completely up to you. Are they strict or something about missing work, or is that what you're worried about?
Yeah, I don't want to lose my job.
I mean, if you're asking if you're allowed to work, you can.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, I didn't know like what I could do and what I couldn't do because I never.
No, you're going to be allowed to do whatever you normally would do. We're not going to, I cannot expect to tell you you can't leave your house, or you can do whatever you feel comfortable doing.
Yeah, I didn't know what was okay.
Right. If you need an excuse not to go in because you want a day, I mean, if you're seeing a counselor or something, I'm sure that they could probably fix you something like that. But if you want to go to work, absolutely, you talk to your family tonight and you guys kind of discuss.
Yeah, I mean, if I call and they'll be like, well, why? And I don't know what to tell them.
You could just tell me you have a family emergency.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't want to get anybody else in trouble.
Who would you get in trouble?
I feel like I don't know if I can talk about things.
You're not going to get anybody in trouble. You know how today's society is. Unfortunately,
She is such a good girl, man. She
She
is basically saying that she don't know if she can talk to anybody about what's going on because, legal cases, and she don't want to get nobody involved in something that they don't need to be involved in. She is such a sweet girl, like you could tell, and she is really traumatized by what's going on right now, and it is really kind of bothering me right now, like to see her just so distraught right now. Like, this is crazy. I really feel bad, man.
Details, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm glad I stay off of it. I don't.
And I would probably suggest.
Yeah, I don't get on it anyways.
Because people are ignorant and they'll have their own stories, and it'll sound 10 times worse than it is. So yeah, I would just avoid it. Unfortunately, the news travels way too fast.
Yeah, I'm worried about like names being in the paper and the news. My dad's scared that people are going to come after him.
Who would come after him?
I don't know. He's already anxious.
Mm-hmm.
And he's worried that he's going to have to look over his shoulder for all of us.
Does James have friends that would be kind of like that?
I don't think so, no. But he's paranoid.
I mean, it's understandable. He just killed somebody. So
does Dad get treatment for his anxiety at all?
He should.
But he's not currently. Okay.
I tried to talk. I was like, if you go, I'll go. And then I went by myself.
And I would highly suggest that if you have a therapist or a counselor that you trust, well, we can hook you up with one if you'd like.
Probably.
Okay. I'll talk to the victim services advocate and we can get you into some counseling. I would highly suggest you go. This is
Yeah, you can just look into the dad is destroyed too. This whole family has, I wouldn't say been destroyed by this incident, but because somebody want to do something crazy, man, now lead to this. Like, you could look at both of them and tell that they're destroyed from this whole situation. I don't believe in taking someone, like, I do believe that I hope we can, work it out in most cases, but in some cases, there's nothing to talk it out. And especially when you got daughters, I have 2 daughters myself, their safety, their security comes first, man. So I even feel bad for the dude that lost his life. I really wish that he could have got help before this situation happened, but unfortunately he allowed his mental to go downhill and made him make an irregular decision that he usually wouldn't. And I mean, in the honest world that we know, if you play stupid games, then you win stupid prizes, man. Like, so my heart definitely goes out to this family and the person that man James that lost his life. He is stuck, man. Damn, man, this is painful to watch. You can tell. Look at him. He looked like he was a good dude, man, and just was protecting his daughter.
Okay, again, my name is Detective Mark from the Sheriff's Office, okay? Real quick, I understand your name is Mitch Ducro. Do you have a phone number, Mitch? And Mitch, it's just our policy, okay? Anytime we bring somebody in here, I gotta read what's called Miranda rights, okay? It's just because you're in this room and I'm questioning you, okay? I'm not saying you did anything wrong today, okay? But I do just have to advise you of your rights. No, absolutely not. But I do just have to advise you of your rights, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and read this all to you. Okay, you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Anything you say can will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning. If you wish to understand that?
Yes.
You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And you have the right to legal representation by the county public defender if you so desire. Do you understand that?
Similar to Allison, Mitchell is also read his Miranda rights, and he too chose to speak without the presence of a lawyer. However, in this case, this could have ended horribly for him, as he was the man behind the gun that shot James.
You woke up. Okay. What happened?
But
Make coffee?
it could have, but a person that is innocent, that knows that they're in the right, will have no worries. Their story will bring together just like their daughter Allison did, and there will be no issue.
At the cup, go down on my computer, like I do every weekend. Just get on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching some Netflix. When they were leaving to go to breakfast, they said bye.
Where'd they go to breakfast at?
Perkins, I believe.
Okay, just your,
Yeah.
so just you, your wife, and your daughter in the residence?
Yes.
All day today? Okay. And do you remember what time they went to Perkins by chance? Roundabout?
9-ish.
Okay. And
Story
you
is
stayed
collide.
on?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then, go ahead.
I started watching a Netflix movie.
Okay.
About halfway through it, the dogs barked. I figured they were home. So I paused that and was walking up the steps. About halfway up, Stacy's standing there. She's like, "You expecting somebody?" And I'm like, "No, why?" I kind of don't remember as far as they said it was James maybe, but I didn't hear James because I didn't know who it was. I was like, I wasn't expecting anybody. He was just standing there at the door ringing it. I think he rang the bell.
So how long So your wife and your daughter arrived back from Perkins, okay?
He pulled in right behind him.
Okay, so did they come in that same front door? Or did they enter the garage, or do you remember?
I think they came in the front
Okay.
door.
So they came in back in from breakfast, and then when they shut the door, did they lock it, I'm assuming?
They always lock it.
Okay. And how long, when they went in the house, until James showed up on your front porch?
What ain't that long?
I wasn't up there when he wasn't there. When I got up there, he was already at the door.
Okay. So you were down the basement, or?
Yeah.
Okay. And then so you heard them come home, then you came upstairs?
Right.
When they came home, and your wife asked if you were expecting anybody? Okay.
I don't know if they knew who it was, or maybe they did.
Okay.
Maybe they weren't sure. I don't know.
Okay.
But as soon as because Ellie got freaked out because probably what happened tonight, the voicemail or whatever, knew something wasn't right. And I started getting nervous, because he wasn't answering. They was talking over the ring, telling him to leave. She don't want to talk to you.
Was that over like the phone, or?
I think they were using.
Or were they just yelling through the door?
I think it was through the phone.
Okay.
Through the ring.
Okay.
That's got the voice thing. And they were. You have to bear with me.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
They were just doing everything they could to make sure that he would leave.
He even announced he had a gun. He did everything he was supposed to. That family did.
I ended up going around to the garage door, opening it up, and walking around, and he's just standing there with his head down. And I said, James, I don't know exactly what I said. I know I said his name. You need to leave or something like that. But he wouldn't acknowledge me. Didn't even budge. That made me kind of nervous.
So you opened the main garage door?
The house garage door.
Okay.
And I walked around.
You walked around to the front porch and said, James, you need to leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to go or leave or something. And
he didn't acknowledge you or anything?
Like I wasn't there.
Okay, so what happened?
That's when I got nervous, and I went back in, shut the garage door, made sure he didn't sneak in. So it's shut. Went in, got my 9.
As he recollects the moments leading to the unfortunate event, it can be understood that he was the least aware of what was going on and who was at the door in comparison to Allison and her mother. However, it didn't take long for his fatherly instincts to kick in and realize that James was not going to leave and that he was up to no good.
Where was that?
On my side of the bed in the nightstand.
Okay. Was it in a drawer?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you always keep it fully loaded just for personal protection? Yeah. Okay. Do you know what kind of bullets you had in the gun?
Self-defense.
Just like ball ammo, or was it like hollow points?
It was hollow point.
Okay. After you grabbed the gun from your bedside table, what happened?
I went back out, and they were still trying to get him to leave, and he wouldn't leave. And as soon as I was standing there, there was debating on whether to call 911. I said, do it.
Where were you guys standing at?
Right there by the table.
The kitchen table?
Yeah, okay. The big one. Kind of in that opening there, there was a little bit more towards the bedroom. I said, call them. I want somebody to get here, and they can take care of us and get him out of here. But then I noticed all that talking, they wouldn't acknowledge, and I saw him starting to jiggle the handles and stuff, seeing if it was locked, and that's when I went up to the door. And, kind of wanted to make sure he didn't force his way in.
So while he was jiggling the handle, you went up to try to open the door shut?
I'm pretty sure I was telling him to stop and leave and get off my porch or something, but I had my 9 in my hand, in his hand, and then he started hitting it with the shoulder pretty hard to where you saw what he did eventually. And once I realized he was getting in and the door was open is when I shot.
Okay. Did you shoot through the door?
I shot the window, through the window part of the door, because the door was open and he was coming in.
So he was pushing his way in, and you shot.
I had my socks on, so I didn't have no grip.
Was he kind of pushing you back as you were trying to hold him?
He was moving me.
Okay.
That's when at first it wouldn't, I was trying to shoot, but my clip wasn't in it.
Okay.
And then I freaked out, and I finally did another rack, and then he was pushing hard, and that's when the gun fired. I think 3 times, twice up here, and maybe another one. Pretty sure.
As Mitch continued his recollection, he revealed how James was succeeding at his attempt to break in, leaving him to resort to the only solution of using his gun. This proves that Mitch did not want to resort to any form of violence, and most of all, to take a life. He had to act sooner before James did, as he was unaware of James's exact motive, but was sure that he was up to no good.
So I understand that James used to date your daughter. Okay. How long did they date for?
I don't know how long.
If you had to guess,
Honestly, I don't. No.
Would you say it was a considerable time? Like, were they kind of serious, or?
I think they were friends for a while, and then they went out for a little bit. Didn't quite work out. This was a couple years ago.
Okay.
And Ellie didn't want to see me anymore for some reason. I never got involved in that.
I understand.
But then I guess he moved to California for a little bit, and then he would come back. And then for 2 years I didn't text or talk, I guess, until last night. And they don't really tell me stuff about guys, because,
yeah, I'm assuming daughters don't want to talk too much with their dad about that kind of stuff. Did you ever, I understand you guys moved up to that house about 1.5 years ago or so. Were they dating while you guys lived out there, or when you guys lived in Sydney?
In Sydney.
Okay.
On Edgewood.
So they never dated when you guys lived out there. So
But he had been there.
Had he?
Because he was friends with my nephew.
Which collabs what she said, that he was friends with her cousin, which is his nephew, which is, like I said, their stories is already collabing together. Like, so.
Nephew, there's other.
No, his older brother.
I got you.
And he had known that they were having issues with each other, and
Okay.
he brought him out. And Allie got upset about it, of course, and told Clay not to ever bring him over again.
Okay.
And that was the last time.
Do you recall about how long ago that was?
I don't know.
Okay. There was sometime within the last year of them breaking up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did you ever, would you say you knew James on a personal level, or did you ever talk to him, or did he visit your guys' house in Sydney often when you and your daughter and him were dating?
The detective inquired Mitch about his knowledge of James and his relationship with his daughter. We can assume this question was asked to verify if Mitch had any other motive to attack James other than his claims of self-defense. But Mitch barely knew of James. In fact, he was also unaware of the calls and voicemails that James had sent to Allison the previous night, proving further that Mitch acted reasonably, with no malicious intent. Mitch was presented in front of a grand jury. Given the evidence, he was not charged with any crime in regards to the fatal shooting of James Rail.
Okay. So, great video. Definitely big shout outs to the villains for that video. And the fact that it even had to go to a jury just because is like heart sickening. Like, they had all the video evidence. They had everything. These folks' stories collab. And that's why I say it just sometimes make me think, like, I really think sometimes the world, the U.S. would be better without guns, man. And just because they give you the right to use a gun, but then you use guns to defend yourself. And then you still got to go through all these processes to try to prove this person did this and prove. So why not just, hell, I don't know. It may be hard. Everybody got guns now, but something needs to be done, man, because too many people are shooting each other with guns, and you use a gun rightfully, and you still end up being in some ish. Like, big shout outs to the whole, man, I don't know how to pronounce their last name. They were saying, but big shout outs to the whole family that was in this whole scene here, man. Like, my heart goes out to him. I hate that his mother, the mother, the daughter had to all go through this, man, because of, you know, mental awareness and, well, mental illness. And that's why I say again, I say all the time that I am real big on mental awareness and making sure that I want everyone around me, everyone that watches my videos, to always be at the best state of mind that they can because of situations like this. Your mind is a powerful tool. It's basically a computer. And once a virus gets into that computer system, it can make your computer do anything and everything that you do not want to do. So taking care of your mind and body is a big thing, man. So again, I'm glad that they was able to leave the situation alone. I'm hated had to go through all of this situation with them having great alibis, great evidence. They still had to be taken to jury. It's still sad, but they made it through, and I'm definitely happy for the family. Let's just please make better decisions, man. Unfortunately, somebody lost their life in this video, and it sucks. But let's just make better decisions, because to go back to what I said, you play stupid games, you will win stupid prizes, man. So let's just make the best of our life, man, and just stay out of trouble as much as possible. Sometimes it can be hard. Sometimes trouble comes to you. But if you can avoid it, just let it go, man. Like this man in the situation, he did everything he could to keep from shooting this man. And he constantly kept on trying to break into the house. That, like I said, that father was a good man. He gave the man a chance, even announced, and he even tell the police that he announced that he had a gun, which is also a big part also. But anyway, this will wrap up the video, man. You know, like I said, I'll be bringing more videos like this. If you like this video, hit it with a like. Comment on the video what you think about the situation yourself. And let me know. Let me know what you think about how I covered the situation. And also subscribe to the channel, man. We're going to be bringing more reaction videos, personal content that I'm going to be doing myself, and much more. So stay tuned for that. I hope everyone is having a blessed day, man. If it's not, I hope it becomes better before the end. Remember, if you wake up, you got a reason to smile, you got a reason to live and keep going. Stay strong and stay blessed, never stressed, man. We out.